Hi there and welcome to this pick a card reading. Today we're going to answer the question of what to expect for Christmas this year. And we have these 3 piles to choose from. If this is your first time doing a tarot video, I want you to trust your intuition and just see which one of these doodles calls you the most. Once you know, you can go down to the description box where you'll find a timestamp taking you to the reading. Let me show you a close-up of them. Number 1 is going to be the sleeping fox. Number 2 is the white owl, baby owl. And number 3, we have the frog and the mushroom. Alright, well, feel free to stop the video if you need, and if you don't, I'll see you very shortly in your reading. Hi there and welcome, Pile 1. This is going to be the reading for everyone who chose the little fox that is sleeping. There we go. Let me put him up here so we can still see him. And we're going to start off this reading with some oracle cards from the Moonology deck. I want to get 2 to just get a general understanding of what's happening. 2 cards, please. What's going on this Christmas with pile 1? What's going on this Christmas, please? I'll show you this in a second. 1 more, please, for pile 1. Okay. All right. So we have a full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So maybe that's why the little fox is so bundled up, because it's been scared. There you go. Work through your fears. A new moon in Scorpio. So we have a new beginning in Scorpio. Your deepest desires, your emotions that you sometimes don't really want to accept or admit to having. And this is followed up, or this is following up to the end of a cycle. Full moon in Capricorn, it's all about what we think the world expects of us, what we leave behind. Capricorn is very, very much a workaholic. So this might have been a time of a lot of trying to work or trying to do stuff, and it hasn't been happening as you want to. Or it can also mean that there has been some sort of blockage with your fears that has been keeping you from seeing things. I'm sorry about the focus, you guys. Having a few issues with filming right now. It's the first time I've been filming my tarot videos. I've been doing tarot for over 10 years and I just never filmed myself doing it. So I'm still figuring out the technical side of things. But let us get some more information, because this is still very, very general. Next, we're going to use the Tarot of the Divine deck to just get some understanding of what's happening, a bit more information. Can I please have 1 card that is going to generalize what is happening right now to pile number 1? What is happening around Christmas to pile number 1? General card, please. The Devil. Okay. You might have been trying to get rid of some habits or some people in your life that haven't been very useful. You might come to realize that around Christmas time. But we wanna get a bit more information. Full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle. Can we? Well, there you go. Get a card to explain. Yes, the 8 of Cups. Interesting. Well, let me get 1. Honestly, this reading, you guys, it's very self-explanatory almost. I'm really, really sorry about the focus, you guys. I feel like it's not. I'm going to show you them close up so you can see, but I'm really sorry if it's a bit out of focus. All right, so let me show you a close-up of all the cards. Here's our general energy for this Christmas. The Devil. Don't be alarmed too much, because the Devil isn't. It's not a bad card. It's simply a card that is speaking on having issues, letting go of something. the devil binds you to things and behaviors and people that make you feel safe because they are what you know. That doesn't mean that they are actually a good influence, these things or behaviors or habits. And it seems like you have been stuck in bad habits, if that makes sense, for a while. With the Eight of Cups, the end of a tough cycle approaching, as the explanation for that card, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is all about dissolution, letting go, and literally turning your back on things that you have been carrying with you for a long time. Emotions you've been having, things you've been doing. So I think around Christmas time, there might be a big shift in how you deal with the world. You might have had certain behaviors, coping mechanisms that helped you for a long time, but it has been something that you've been wanting to let go of and you've been wanting to be freed from. And you are finding the courage now to do so. And how are you doing that? Let us look into the other side of things, yeah? Because we have work free of fear. So there's a lot of fear, which makes sense when we end up getting stuck in doing things over and over again. It gives us a sense of security, of safety, even if it's not the best for us. With the Queen of Cups as an explanation, it seems like you had these things, behaviors, people, whatever, they were a coping mechanism because internally there was a lack of self-love, a lack of trust in oneself and your own intuition. The Queen of Cups is all about having enough love for you and for others. And I think that's the energy that is coming through. That is going to help you work through your fears of letting go of this thing that is keeping you stuck, right? The Queen of Cups is very loving, very caring, very understanding. So I think this is also an aspect that has to be talked about. The Queen of Cups is telling you, you need to accept yourself as you are. You need to accept that you have these behaviors, you have these coping mechanisms. I'm just going to call it coping mechanisms. But be aware that this can be anything, anyone that you deep down know is not helping you grow. It's not helping you get to the next version of yourself, if that makes sense. The Queen of Cups is telling you, allow yourself to be that way. It's okay. You need to find love for the version of yourself that you are at the moment. Excuse me. To have love, to eventually be able to work through these fears and face reality without your coping mechanisms, without these things that give you some sort of security and safety, even if they aren't good for you. And I think that's kind of what's coming through. It's just, this Christmas time is really going to be the end of a long cycle. Realizations are going to come in. We have a full moon in Capricorn that is all about realizations, but the new moon in Scorpio, you can see it, something is coming to an end, something new is happening, and all of this revolves around addiction, coping mechanisms, just behaviors that you internally know are not good for you and you still do them, if that makes sense. I think we all have those, honestly. So for the next step, I'm going to pick a card from this beautiful deck. Let me just get it. Ooh. So this is the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. It is based on Native American traditions of tarot, mixing different tribal understandings of it and giving a whole new take on tarot, honestly. I really, really like this deck for guidance and just get a bit of help when we need it. And I think this is going to be a nice fit for this. Honestly, your reading is pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'm so sorry my video cut out while I was speaking, but I noticed in time, so let me restart this one. We're going to pick a card for some guidance on this thing that's happening, this transformation that you're going through. Letting go process. Can we get some guidance, please, for pile 1 for Christmas? What should they keep in mind? What can they do to help themselves? The 4 of Arrows. Can you see it? There you go. I am going to get the book to give you some information on this, because with this specific deck, how things are understood, it is quite different from other tarot decks. And honestly, I just think it's put beautifully in the books, and it really hits deep the way everything is phrased. Let me just get it. Okay, my friends, I'm going to read this to you. I'll leave this open so you can read along if you like. We will start with the lesson, as I think it makes sense to know what this card is trying to tell us. And then we can do the prayer. I will read the prayer to you. Feel free to close your eyes and just allow it to come from your heart if you are intending to manifest this kind of energy. Right, so the lesson. Take time to organize your thoughts. Allow your recent experiences to integrate with your prior knowledge and future vision by becoming still. Meditate, contemplate, write in your journal, perhaps sleep and dream. Pull back from trying to achieve so that you can get an overall view of things. You may be very logical and rational at first, but then free yourself of figuring things out and just float into fantasy. Get out of the stream of purposeful activity. If you do something, do it only for the enjoyment of itself in the moment. This is a mental discipline. Let wisdom come while you rest. Look at what you have to work with. Play with what is at hand. Have no thought of result for now. Live today within your means and see if it can be peaceful there. Everything you have, your thoughts, have brought you here. Your thoughts have brought you. The road that has been traveled by others may not lead you to your own destination. Appreciate the uniqueness of your being and allow your own path to unfold before you. Appreciate the rewards that your own way of life brings to you. All right. That was beautiful. Time for the prayer, my friends. Again, I'm going to leave this here so you can take a screenshot in case you want to revisit this prayer and just get this energy to become more manifested in your life and more present. Grandmother, I realize that the road has been traveled most may not be the one on which I shall find my game. The structure that is already standing may need to be changed to suit my purposes. In my mind, I create anew. I am a seed of a new culture, a world yet to come. Wisdom, come whisper while I sit tying up the threads of my life. I seek to make best use of all resources to express my true nature and to teach what I learn to those who follow this road behind me. Right. So my understanding of this is it seems like what will help you get to this point of working for your fears and actually disconnecting yourself from these habits and these behaviors that aren't fruitful anymore is to really contemplate how lucky you are to have this chance, to have this understanding that you need to put in work to get to a better place. Right now, it's not about pushing through things, but it is about contemplation. It is about being thankful, about being aware of looking at at your life from a more zoomed out perspective. And that's what this card is trying to tell you right now. So I really hope that was helpful to you, and I'm sorry if you've noticed any cuts. Again, I am not good with technology, and this is the first video, so I'm sorry if there's hiccups along the way. I'm sure it'll get better with time. To finish off our reading today, I prepared this bowl of magical little notes, and we're going to pick 3 to see what messages you need to hear before I let you go. 1, 2, that's 3 in it. It is, okay. So let us see the last messages for you to take with you. And I really hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a lovely Christmas time. Oh, this video is really full of cuts, and maybe that's also how you've been feeling, kind of stop and go and struggling to let go, always wanting to and never doing. But this is your message: recommit to your goals. If your goal is to change how you cope with life, to find healthier ways of coping with the stress and anxiety that comes with being a human being, you need to recommit to your goals. What does it really mean to you? Journaling, as this card also said, might be really, really helpful now, to just be aware and take time to dig into your brain a bit deeper. Let us look at the last two as well. Okay. Enjoy the pleasures of life. Yes, exactly. This doesn't mean to get back into what brings you safety, all these coping mechanisms that you're trying to let go of. This means find pleasure in life as such. Do not see how beautiful life is without having to use substances or coping mechanisms, and figuring out how you can have pleasure in a different way that's more productive to you. And it can be as small as just going out into nature and enjoying looking at animals and plants and seeing how beautiful it is, this creation that we are in. But last one, sorry about the unfocus. Give it more time. Interesting. So don't rush yourself too much. If you expect there to be like a switch that's gonna just change your perception instantly and everything's just gonna be better without you having to put any work in, that's not gonna be the case. This is a long process. This has been going on for a long time, and it will take time to really fully let go of all your fears and work through them. But if you have self-love, if you're able to identify the things that don't help you anymore, and you find the peace in contemplation, in seeing the beauty of life in other ways, then I think this can really be the start of a whole new version of yourself. Anyway, I really hope this was helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching up to this point, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye! Hi there and welcome, Pile 2. This is the reading for everyone who chose the little owl. There we go. I'll put the little owl up there. And we're going to start off with some Moonology Oracle cards. Oracle deck cards. There we go. All of my cards are pre-shuffled, just so you know. And we want to look into what to expect this Christmas, 2022. For pile 2, please. We have two cards. One, two cards. Put these away. Alright, so we got, it's time to take action. A new moon in Aries. Alright, we'll keep that up there. And then we have, your dreams need a practical plan. A full moon in Taurus. Now that's interesting, because the new moon precedes the full moon, but also Aries precedes Taurus. I mean, I guess with the full and new moon, it depends on how you look at it. Either way, I feel like this Christmas time, it seems like there's been something you've been wanting to do. You've had a dream for a long time, but it hasn't actually become reality. And it is now is the time around Christmas for you to take the necessary steps to make it happen. But what's the thing that's been holding you back is making actually a practical plan of how you want things to go and how you want to get this all off the ground. Because I think there's been a lot of dreaming, but not a lot of actually making it happen. And I want to get a bit more information on what that actually is. Sorry, I want it to be right in the middle. All right, let me get some tarot cards for this. All right, so we're using the Tarot of the Divine deck. Beautiful deck full of fairy tales from all over the world. Very, very nice. Can we get one general card on what's happening for pile 2 this Christmas? What's happening this Christmas? The Chariot movement. Well, that's great. That fits very well, doesn't it? So we are gonna see more movement in your life. There has been stagnancy happening, and the stagnancy has come from not being able to actually make a list of what you have to do so you can work off the list. You tend to just keep all of the listing in your brain and in your head. You don't actualize it, and by not actualizing it, taking these steps is even scarier now. But this Christmas, there seems to be something inside of you that is really making you do. And I mean, this could also be external. This could be someone who's influencing you in a really positive way. But I want some more information. It's time to take action. Can we get an explanation on that card, please? An explanation on the card? I already know which. Oh, okay. Ace of Wands. Newfound creativity, new expression. Yeah, so if you are an artist, you might have been really scared to make your art grow and actually maybe even show it to people. So this Christmas, it seems like you're gonna take the action necessary to express and to allow yourself to just let that expression flow freely from you. Because there seems to have been a blockage. There seems to have been a blockage in the sense that not that you're not expressing, but in the sense of you wanting to grow in whatever way, you're wanting to move ahead, and you are stuck. So this being stuck, you've got a great idea at hand, but now you've really got to make it practical. The Ace is always about ideas, about something new. So the Ace of Wands is really a new passion, something that's taking form now. So yes, I think that's really what we have here at hand. I want to get an explanation also for the full moon in Taurus. Can we get an elaboration, please? You know, this has been happening in the last reading as well. Cards just fall out. The Five of Wands, competition. Okay. All right. So if you are with your idea, with whatever you're trying to build, if there is competition, this might mean that you should study them. This means if you want to stick out amongst many, you need to understand what makes each one their own thing. Like you got to find out what sticks and how come these people are competition, and kind of figure out how you can stand out of the competition. And I think doing these plans, that's the part that has kind of been lacking, in your practical approach to this. You haven't gone in to do the research necessary to know how to make yourself unique, make yourself stand out among the competition. It might also mean that in general, this whole thing has not been happening because there's been some sort of bickering happening. There's just, people aren't on the same side. Everyone's just talking over one another. And that's what's been keeping you stagnant. So this Christmas is really all about taking the next step, moving ahead in your creative expression, in your maybe also work endeavors. We have wands here, so this is really a matter of motivation, of stamina, of putting the work in. And I really think that starting from this Christmas, around this Christmas time, there's going to be a shift in your ways of approaching things. It's going to be more practical. It's going to be more grounded, more earthy, and that's what's going to make a difference for you to actually change the path you were on, or rather continue the path as you've been kind of stuck. Now I have this beautiful deck called the Medicine Woman Tarot deck, And it's based on Native American practices of tarot from different tribes. And we're going to pick one as guidance because this deck comes with a beautiful book, exercises, so much information just to like help you deal with it. And I think it's beautiful, beautiful in terms of giving people some guidance. So what's the advice for the Christmas time? What's the advice with this whole operation that is starting? The Four of Arrows. Okay. I don't really do reverse with this deck because I don't feel like it's necessary because it's such a vast field that is covered within the book in how to explain all of this. So I'm just going to read you guys what the book says because it always comes with a lesson and a prayer, and I really think it's on point. The Four of Arrows. Take time to organize your thoughts. Allow your recent experiences to integrate with your prior knowledge and future vision by becoming still. Meditate, contemplate, write in your journal, perhaps sleep and dream. Pull back from trying to achieve so that you can get an overall view of things. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Being stuck somewhere and not being logical enough. Let me continue though. You may be very logical and rational at first, but then free yourself of figuring things out and just float into fantasy. Get out of the stream of purposeful activity. If you do something, do it only for the enjoyment of itself in the moment. This is a mental discipline. Let wisdom come while you rest. And the prayer in connection to this, I'm going to read it to you. Grandmother, I realize that the road has been traveled most may not be the one on which I shall find my game. The structure that is already standing may need to be changed to suit my purposes. In my mind, I create anew. I am a seed of a new culture, a world yet to come. Wisdom, come whisper, while I sit tying up the threads of my life. I seek to make best use of all resources, to express my true nature, and to teach what I learn to those who follow this road behind me. I really think this was on point, and I hope the message makes sense. To finish the reading, I have this bowl of little cards and messages that I made. And we're gonna pull 3 to just see what messages, what last little thought nuggets I get to give you. Let's see. I'll put this away. So, number 1. Working through your shadows will bring forth the light. Okay, so this is referencing specifically shadow work. So looking at the parts of yourself that you kind of don't want to look at because you're ashamed or you are afraid of rejection. There's a lot to it, but this is really asking you to look inside and to see what is holding you back from taking these different approaches and from viewing your work from a different point of view. So you can actually move ahead and not be stuck in wherever you are right now, which seems to be a busy place, but also a place of maybe a lot of conflict, a lot of stress. Recommit to your goals. Right, I think I do want to add to this, reassess and recommit to your goals. So you're being asked to look outside, to look at this whole thing from a perspective that takes in all the aspects and not just the ones that you've been stuck on doing and stuck with. For the last one, give it more time. Okay, yeah, you might have been wanting to get something off the ground really fast and it's just not working. And you might have been putting a lot of hours in and just thinking if you just do enough, it'll happen. But sometimes we just have to wait and allow things to develop in the time that they need. So maybe this is what you have been called to do. I really hope this was helpful to you either way. And I hope to see you soon again. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas. Bye. Hi there and welcome, Group 3. This is the reading for everyone who chose the little mushroom with the frog. Don't know where my voice went there. We'll put him up here. So today we're going to look into what we can expect this Christmas. That doesn't mean it might be necessarily on Christmas, but Christmas time, around the next 2 weeks, starting from the next 2 weeks. First, we're going to use the Moonology Oracle deck and just get 2 cards to give us a basic idea of what to expect. For pile number 3, can we get 2 cards? 2 cards. One more. 2 cards. Okay. Luck is on your side. Oh, that's good. That's really nice. Let me just put this away and we'll have a close-up of this. A new start is coming, a new moon, a general new moon. That's awesome. New moons are always in connection with new starts. What do we have here? Luck is on your side. Here we're getting more specific. We got a new moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is all about aiming in direction of something, aiming for the stars rather than for the moon. And luck is on your side. Whatever your new endeavor is, whatever's starting anew this Christmas time is going to be probably very, very filled of blessings and happy feelings. But I want to get some more information on what this new thing is that's coming in. This is the Tarot of the Divine deck, a deck with fairy tales from all over the world. I want to get 3 cards, please. 1. 3 cards for pile number 3. What can they expect this Christmas? A general card we already have. We'll take this as the general. Can I have one for the new moon? What's starting? A new start is coming. What's coming? Justice. Ah, interesting. Okay, so getting what you deserve. And what someone deserves is obviously very subjective. We're going to get into it in a second. I just left it as it fell and opened. The third one. What is pile number 3 going to be lucky with? 6 of Wands. Okay. All right, let me turn all of this around and get settled. Okay, so we got the 7 of Coins. Okay, so the general card we got is the 7 of Coins. The 7 of Coins is all about it almost being time to harvest. So something you've been building, creating, putting your effort and your energy into is reaching a conclusion. And this conclusion is going to be the fire to start the new cycle. And it's going to be a very lucky harvest, I think, whatever it is. But I do want to get a bit more information. We have the Justice card with the new beginning that's coming. Justice is, yes, it's about justice. It's about fairness. I guess you might feel like you haven't been getting what you deserve. Like you've been putting a lot of effort, a lot of work into your different aspects of your life. This might be a relationship, this might be your work, this might be your family, your hobbies, your arts, whatever. But you've been feeling like it's been unfair. And this new start that is coming is going to be a sense of fairness. This might mean that you actually, something changes and you receive something that you consider to be fair. But it might also mean that you change and that your perspective on what is fair and what isn't. And with justice comes sometimes a bit of black and white thinking, which isn't necessarily the most just thing to do. So, it's interesting. The 6 of Wands over here, let us have a look at this. The Six of Wands is all about success, celebration, coming back home and being like, look what I've achieved. And I really think that's kind of what's happening. You've been putting a lot of effort into something. You've been sweat and tears, and just like everything you've got, you've been putting into this relationship, into this thing, into the thing that you love, things that make your heart feel, I don't know, fill with blood and just be super happy. But you've been feeling like it's been very, very hard to get the recognition that you want from this. And it's been really hard to kind of come, like, to feel proud of what you've achieved. You haven't had that feeling of being proud, maybe because you feel like it's never good enough. This is why you're not the Eight of Coins, which is, actually harvesting all the things you did and reaching a point. This is like the almost card. So it's kind of like you almost always feel like you're almost there, but you're never there. So you never get this sense of satisfaction. And what's coming is, I think, a change of perspective, honestly, more than anything else, on what it means to actually be successful and achieve. And I think something around Christmas time is gonna make you feel like life is being fair for once, maybe. But you're going to be able to be proud of yourself. You're going to be able to go in and tell the people you love about this thing that you've created and this feedback you're getting. And it's going to be really positive and you're going to be really proud. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. A very, very, very positive one. And honestly, out of the 3 readings, definitely the chillest one. Maybe it's because it's the little frog. He's just chilling. But I'm going to get you a card from a beautiful deck that's called the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. It's a deck that's based on like Native American traditions of tarot and of reading cards from different tribes. And it kind of brings it all together, and it comes with great exercises and there's just things to know. And I love this deck for just giving a general advice. Just giving general advice. So I'm gonna pick you guys a card from this. One sec. Here we are. Hello. One card, please. General advice for pile number 3. General advice, please. For the time around Christmas. For this new start that's coming. The 3 of Stones. All right, interesting. Let me put this down. Here we go. So the 3 of Stones is equivalent to the normal tarot as the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Coins. And again, this is all about work, about collaboration specifically, working together, making something happen together. But I want to read you a little bit more on it. On the Small Arcana, this book always comes with a prayer and a lesson. So I'm going to read you guys the lesson as far as I find it useful for you, and then the prayer as well. Gather together everything you have that would help you create the material thing on which you are currently focusing. Think of the people who are empowered to assist you. These would be people who have done it before, people who produce the resources you need, people who utilize the services, or people who are always verbally and emotionally supportive of endeavors such as yours. They would not necessarily be relatives or friends. At this stage, never share with a skeptic an idea you have chosen to manifest. Look at your skills and see what step of the manifestation you can immediately perform. Do it now. You can increase knowledge as you go. If schooling is required, be sure you have time to continually manifest a part of your dream as you go. You have what it takes to manifest everything you want and need. But your energy and resources must have a clear path opened in yourself before the road will open before you. In the material world, do what you can do now enthusiastically. In time, your energy will draw to you everything else needed. Trust in yourself and go forward. You are at the blueprint stage of success. Be meticulous in your plan and gather assistance. So I think that makes a lot of sense. We have you're in the blueprint stage of success. You've gotten to a point already, and this is the point where you have to see what else you need to grow. And here's also the prayer. Now I see my potential. I am gathering the tools, materials, and people, and the place in which I can work with them to actualize my goal. I have a beginning plan, and I am presenting it. I am assembling whatever will help me to create my goods. I give thanks to Mother Earth for wood and clay, and water and fire, and metal and stone, from which all things are created. The forces are with me now. So that's beautiful. Yeah, I think this new beginning, this new endeavor that you're going to start is going to be very successful. And even if it isn't, I want you to just be proud of your work, because you've went through a lot and you've managed to get this far, and luck is now on your side, my friend. To finish this reading, we have this jar of little notes that I made a while ago. Let us get 3 messages for you. 1, 2, and just 1, 3. Let's see. What else do you need to know? Just a quick little one. Give it more time. Yeah. There's still time for things to evolve. And if you feel like you've been stuck somewhere, or if things have not been working out as well as you'd like, this could really be coming to an end for you now. The next message. Clarity is on its way. And this clarity is going to allow you to see things from a new light, which is going to allow you to start a new cycle of positivity, of being proud of yourself, of putting in the effort that is actually going to get you somewhere, instead of putting in effort maybe and also into things that aren't as productive or aren't as good for you. Spoil yourself. Yes, you've been working too hard. There's been a lot going on, a lot of effort being put in, and maybe not getting the rewards you want, so feeling stuck, feeling frustrated, and honestly, you just gotta relax for a bit. Just be as chill as the frog. Chill and be happy, and honestly just enjoy this time. Enjoy Christmas, enjoy this new beginning that is on its way, and I hope you find calmness with it, with whatever happens. I hope you feel it's fair and it's good. And yes, I wish you the best. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.